advancing education, mastering the flipped classroom. Flipping the classroom isn't just a trend. It's a well-thought-out way to think about how to teach normally. This model is different from the usual classroom because students learn about the course material outside of class and use class time for engaging hands-on activities. But how did this idea originate, and why is it gaining popularity? Let's learn more about what it is, how it came to be, and how it can help both teachers and students. Understanding what flipping the classroom involves. The flipped classroom model involves students working with their learning materials independently and at their own pace outside of the classroom. As a result, when they arrive in the classroom, they are well prepared to engage in discussions, collaborate on projects, and participate in a variety of interactive activities. This approach encourages a paradigm shift in the traditional roles of homework and in classwork, increasing the interactivity and engagement of the learning experience. The origins and evolution of the flipped classroom model. This innovative model didn't just appear out of nowhere. Educators have been working toward a more student-centered approach, taking advantage of new technologies and research in the field of education. Initially starting in lecture-heavy classes in higher education, it slowly spread to K-12 education, showing how useful and adaptable it is. The key benefits of adopting a flipped classroom approach. Encourages active learning. Flipping the classroom creates a space where students can discuss and work together to put what they've learned into practice. Fits each person's needs. Students can learn at their own pace, pausing to review material as needed. Makes students more interested. Instead of traditional lectures, class time is now used for projects, experiments, and talking to other students. Setting the stage for a flipped classroom. Getting your mind ready. To use a flipped classroom, you need to be open to new ideas and changes. The students come first in this method, which focuses on what they want and need to learn. Everyone needs time to get used to this new way of learning, so be patient and pay attention to what others have to say. Most of the time, getting feedback makes things better for everyone. Finding the right technology and resources. It's important to pick the right tools to share your lessons. Choose the ones that work best for you and the way you like to teach, whether you use videos or podcasts. It's also important to make sure that all of the students can use these tools. Everybody should have what they need to do well. There are a lot of free and paid resource ideas out there. You can begin looking for helpful resources on platforms like an online education website and a comprehensive course provider. Setting clear goals and outcomes for learning. It's important to make sure that your goals are in line with what the students need to learn according to the curriculum. Plan what you want your students to learn and do by the end. Then pick out those things that will help them reach their goal. You should also make goals that you can check and that the students can reach. You'll know how the students are doing and they will know what they need to work on. Making interesting study material for home. Making instructional videos that work. Remember that your videos don't have to look like they were made in Hollywood. They just need to be clear and to the point. Use pictures to explain complicated ideas, and think about adding interactive parts to keep students interested. Putting together extra readings and activities. It's important to find articles and other resources that give your videos more information and different points of view. Students can get a better grasp of things by reading these. Students can also think more deeply about what they're learning when you ask them guiding questions. This gets them ready for the things they'll be doing and talking about in class. Putting assessment for learning into practice. You can find out what your students already know by giving them tests or quizzes before class. You can then change the way you teach to better meet their needs. You can also quickly see what they understand and where they might need more help by giving quizzes or having them write in journals during class. This helps you choose what to talk about next in class. Leading active and group activities in the classroom. Setting up the experience in class. When you switch to activity-based sessions, students can use what they've learned, which helps them understand it better through peer teaching and real-life examples. Getting people to take part and be involved. Use discussion questions and group projects to make the classroom a place where everyone feels welcome and important. These methods help include all of the students because they get them to talk and participate. For instance, making activities where students can work together or talk about things can make learning more interactive and open to everyone. Another important part is encouraging people to think critically. When you ask students open-ended questions, you get them to think about things more deeply and look into them in more depth. These kinds of questions make students curious and push them to think more critically about what they read. This leads to more interesting classroom discussions and a better understanding of the material. Giving help and feedback that works. Giving students timely, helpful feedback helps them see their progress and find ways to improve, which supports a growth mindset as they learn. How to improve and evaluate your flipped classroom. How to measure success and find places to improve. A great way to find out how well your teaching methods are working is to ask students for feedback through polls and class discussions. This feedback can help you figure out what your students like, what they need help with, and how to make your lessons better. It is important to look at more than just a student's grades to see how well they are doing. Watch to see how involved they are in class activities, how interested they seem in what they are learning, and how well they understand what is being taught. This bigger picture of how they're doing can help you change how you teach to better meet their needs and make learning more fun for them. Changing how you do things based on feedback. To improve learning outcomes, you should keep iterating on content, look for new ways to teach it, and keep improving in class activities. Sharing your experiences with people who work in education. Sharing your experiences with the flipped classroom and joining professional networks can motivate others and teach them a lot about this way of teaching. You can help build a community of teachers interested in new ways to teach by sharing your problems, successes, and lessons learned. Another way to help is to be a mentor to coworkers who are interested in or want to use the flipped classroom method. Others can learn a lot from your experience and advice as they make the switch to this new way of teaching. By giving others support and advice, you can help them get past problems and change the way they teach. Getting past common problems. How to deal with student and stakeholder resistance. It is very important to make the benefits of the flipped classroom clear. Show proof that it works and be clear about what is expected to help everyone, students, parents, and other teachers understand how important it is. This could mean sharing success stories, data on improved student engagement, or data on academic performance that show how flipping the classroom has helped students. It's also important to build support networks. Students and teachers who are getting used to the flipped classroom model can get support and advice from these networks. People in this community can share tools, tips, and stories, which will help the transition go more smoothly and effectively for everyone. Dealing with technological problems. As students and teachers get used to the new tools in a flipped classroom, it's important to be ready to help with tech issues. This means giving advice and help to solve any problems that come up so that everyone can keep up with the class without too much trouble. It's also important to make sure that all of the students can access the same materials and platforms that are used in class. If some people have trouble going online or using certain tech, think of other ways they can still take part. This could mean giving people materials in different formats or coming up with other ways to do things so that no one gets left behind because of their lack of technology. Keeping time and work in balance. Managing your time well is important for getting things done, especially when you're balancing making content with interacting with students in a flipped classroom. You can make sure you have enough time to support and interact with your students and prepare interesting materials by planning ahead and setting priorities. This balance is important for keeping the learning environment flexible and open to change. Promoting student independence is an important part of the flipped classroom because it gives students the power to direct their own learning. Creating an atmosphere where students can explore, ask questions, and learn at their own pace will make them less reliant on the teacher and more independent. This method not only helps them learn better, but it also helps them develop useful life skills like self-discipline, critical thinking, and time management. Turning the classroom upside down isn't just a way to teach. It's a way to make learning more interactive, interesting, and personalized. Teachers can make their classrooms into lively learning communities by being flexible, patient, and dedicated to always getting better. As you start this journey, keep in mind that the biggest changes often begin with just one step. Let's change the way we think about education, shall we? We want people who have tried flipping their classrooms to share their thoughts, problems, and successes. Your stories not only help us all understand things better, but they also encourage other people to think about this transformative approach.